Previously on Star Trek Morningstar.
USS Morningstar, I am Captain Patel of the Interceptor.
You're sure this will work and it'll all be worth it?
100%.
Damn it! Fine, I'll do it. But after this, we're done.
Oh. Fair enough. Your loss. I'll sort out all the documentation. All you have to do is wait till you get it and then follow my instructions.
Thanks.
Amy, it's good to see you finally.
Same, it's good to see you too.
Vanna, how long until that thing blows up?
Well, we're not too sure. 3 days ago, the estimate was 20 years. But the volcano has increased in activity, and the science division now estimates between 3 days to 2 weeks.
That's a pretty big difference. Why can't they be more accurate?
According to the team that has been assigned to monitor this volcano, the volcanic activity has been jumping all over the spectrum. They haven't been able to get a clearer reading. I'll send over the files so you can have a look.
Thank you.
Alright, assuming no one else has any questions. Will that be all, Admiral?
Indeed. Good luck, all. Starbase 50 out.
And on that note, dismissed.
Captain, Advisor Hosel said that you wanted to see him, so I told him to wait for you in the ready room.
Thank you, Veko. Let's go see him. Right then, Mr. Hosel.
Please, call me Micheal.
Alright then. So, Mijino, first of all, sorry that I haven't asked to see you sooner. It's just that I've been quite busy lately.
Well, you're the captain of the flagship of the Second Fleet. I would imagine you're quite busy.
Well, you're not wrong. Secondly, I hope you don't mind my Chief Tactical Officer being here for this meeting.
Not at all. In fact, I fully expected it.
Great. So to start with, what exactly is your job here as Tactical Advisor? And yes, I am aware of how self-explanatory that name should be, but just go with me on this.
As a tactical advisor, I'm here, firstly, to assess the tactical readiness and capabilities of your ship. Then, afterwards, I'll review my findings and then inform you of what I've found so you can improve if needed.
Okay. Is this a ship-wide operation, or will you be shadowing Veko?
It is a ship-wide operation, but as Tapri is your chief tactical officer and security officer, I will be asking her some questions later on.
Right. Now, I know I've asked you this earlier, but just to clarify, you don't know exactly how long your assignment here is, right?
That's correct.
Okay, well, that's all from me. Veko, do you have any questions for him?
No, I don't.
Well, in that case, that will be all, Micheal. Dismissed.
See you later, Captain.
You are also dismissed, Lieutenant Commander. I have some reports to fill out before you arrive.
Sir, I'd actually like a word.
What about?
About the advisor.
What about him?
Well, you know that I was the chief tactical officer on board my last posting on the USS Recon?
I do, yes. I've read your file.
Well, that ship had 2 visits from Starfleet tactical advisors, both of which knew how long their stay was. And seeing as the first of the 2 was my first time being assessed by an advisor as chief tactical officer, I did a bit of research and I found out that all advisors are given a set time period on board starships and starbases. All Starfleet advisors and observers must have been given a time period for their stay, whether it be accurate or estimated.
Are you saying he's some sort of spy?
No. I don't know, sir. I'm just saying that he should know his stay period. I would like to ask if I could tighten security a bit, just to keep an eye on him.
Alright, do it. But if you have any concerns, bring them to me first before you do anything. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Alright then. Dismissed. Captain's log, stardate 25110324.13. The Morningstar is in orbit of Mijino III in the pilot system to work with the Interceptor to try and help prevent a super volcano from erupting. Patel?
Hunter, good to see you.
Likewise. Now onto the matter at hand. Is there any chance we can, do something from prevent this thing from going up in flames?
Well, possibly. One of my engineers mentioned an old Earth space organization and a method they used for a volcano on Earth once.
NASA?
That was it. My teams are taking sensor readings and analyzing the volcano first to see if it's possible, but so far so good. When we're all ready, I'd like the heads of both our science and engineering teams to meet and discuss.
Well, taking a tip from NASA, not bad. And with 5 centuries worth of technological improvement, it might just work. Sure thing.
Forgive me, Hunter, but it's not like you to give a short greeting and then get on with the mission. Are you okay?
Yeah, fine. Just, on edge a little.
Why?
I'm not the biggest fan of volcanoes.
Do you have a phobia?
No, it's not that. It's just they can be unnerving at times. And yes, I know it's very odd for a starship captain to feel nervous about something he can quite easily fly away from.
I understand. The mind reacts to different things in different ways, no matter what your occupation. Also, where's Captain Carver? I thought you two worked on joint missions all the time. I assumed he would be here.
Yeah, we did. Until I stupidly and unprofessionally insulted his professionalism. And therefore I would not be surprised if he's gone to Micheal and asked not to pair him with me.
Oh, how did you insult him?
A long story for another time. Those seem like good odds to me.
Agreed. Shall we meet on board the Morningstar in an hour before a briefing?
Yeah, sounds good. Let's get to it. Right, is that all of us?
Yes.
Right then, before we start, I think we should introduce our teams. Patel, after you.
Thank you. So from your right to left, Hunter, we have my Chief Engineer and First Officer, Commander Tom Hillman, then my Chief Science Officer, Lieutenant Tren, and last but not least, my Operations Officer and the man who came up with the NASA idea, Lieutenant Commander Jacob Hilton.
Wait, hold on. Hillman and Hilton?
I know, a pain that the whole crew shares. Anyway, that's my lot. What about yours?
Well, from your right to left, we have Chief Engineer Lieutenant Micheal III. Then we have Chief Science Officer Commander Clementine Zakril. And Science Officer Ensign Sandre. Right, shall we?
Of course. Mr. Hilton, if you would.
Yes, Captain. Okay, firstly, who knows what Yellowstone National Park is?
Yes.
I do.
Yeah?
I'm unfamiliar with that name.
Alright then, a brief history lesson. Yellowstone National Park is a public attraction park in the western states of America on Earth, and is known for its wildlife and geothermal features. And unlike most volcanoes, there was no mountain to see erupt because the entire park was the mouth. Now, this was estimated to have erupted every 700,000 years, and by the time the 20th and 21st century came around, it was overdue for an eruption, and scientists said it could erupt at any time. In 5 minutes, tomorrow, 20 years, there's really no telling. So America's biggest space agency at the time, NASA, came up with a few plans, but the final one was to drill into the Super Volcano from the lower sides, starting outside the boundaries of the Yellowstone National Park and extracting the heat from the underside of the magma chamber. This way, they were preventing the heat coming up from below from ever reaching the top of the chamber, which was where the real threat came from.
Sorry, hold on. But didn't that thing go kaboom?
Yes, it did. Eventually, in the mid-21st century, NASA put their plan into action, and yes, it did explode. But the after effects were not as bad as they would have been if NASA didn't begin drilling.
And you're thinking of using a similar sort of method here?
Exactly.
If NASA wasn't able to do it, then what makes you think it will work here?
When did NASA do this drilling again?
Mid-21st century.
Okay, so that's about 4 or 5 centuries worth of technological advancement. It should work just fine.
That's not a bad idea.
I second that.
What do you guys think?
If it was just us, I wouldn't do it. But knowing these guys' reputation, if they say they're all for it, then so am I. What about you, Commander?
All right, let's give it a shot. But how are we going to make the holes? Are we going to use actual drills or what?
Well, we could use the phaser relays to cut through the surface.
Wouldn't that just heat up the holes?
Only for a couple of seconds.
The Interceptor does have the components for an asteroid mining drill. How about we put together a few of those?
Yeah, but hold on. Those asteroid drills take 5 hours to drill 4 miles.
And?
At the earliest, that thing is supposed to go off in 3 days. Now, I've only done the math roughly in my head. Those drills are either going to be too late or too close. With the phasers, we could be done in about 1, maybe 2 hours and have the rest of the time to save the planet.
Personally speaking, I think it's a good idea.
This does seem like the most logical way. I'm in.
He's got a point.
Yeah, I guess he does.
We're in.
Zakril? Sandre?
I agree.
We're in.
Right then. I'd like you all to work together to make a plan of action, then let us know when you're ready. Dismissed.
Well, maybe if we increase the power gain on the relay energy cells, we may be able to get more out of them.
Sounds like a plan. Get on it.
Mr. Stellar?
Advisor Hosel, is it?
Yes, but you can call me Mijino.
Very well. So how long are you on board with us?
Not sure. Until I've completed my work.
But isn't it mandatory to give every observer or advisor a set period of time, whether it's solid or flexible?
Maybe it is usually, but in this case Starfleet didn't give me a set time period.
Alright, so what brings you to engineering?
You.
Me?
You sound surprised.
Well, you are a tactical advisor, not an engineering advisor.
Do the weapon systems not have internal mechanisms that require an engineer to fix them if they go wrong?
I mean they do, but I'm pretty sure that anything I can tell you, Veko can as well.
I'm sure she can, but that's not why I'm here. I'm here to ask you, what would happen if all propulsion on this ship stopped working? Would anything blow up or anything like that?
No, nothing really would happen. A few systems may go a little haywire, but that would be because the inertia and the ship's AG would act on each other.
AG?
Artificial gravity.
Ah, right. If, for example, the ship needed to do an emergency shutdown of the propulsion systems, How would someone go about that?
Well, there's the automatic way and there's the manual way. The automatic way would be through the computer. If something got into the EPS grid and was spreading all over the ship and it was going to do damage to the propulsion systems, the computer would flag it and do an emergency shutdown of those systems.
Right. And is there any way to force the computer to do that?
Not that I know of.
Okay. And what's the manual way?
A panel just through that access hatch. Any particular reason for the question, or was it just curiosity?
Just curiosity. Well, thank you for your time, Lieutenant. It's very valuable.
You're welcome.
Come.
Captain, I'd like a word with you about the advisor.
Go on.
It's just that he came down to engineering a minute ago and was asking questions about the propulsion systems and in what scenario they would shut down.
Did he say why?
Curiosity, mainly.
Did you give him any information?
I did, but I didn't think I had any choice. He's an advisor. He does have the authority to know these things.
Not if he's not the advisor.
What do you mean?
Veko has also expressed doubt about our guest from command, saying that it was odd that he didn't know how long he was here for.
He said that to me as well. Did you do a background check when he came on board?
I did. All checks out. Which means either one or two things. Either one, he's telling the truth, and Starfleet really didn't give him an end date. Or two, those are false records and he's not supposed to be here. Thank you for bringing me your concerns. I think contact with Commander might be in order. Dismissed.
No problem. See ya.
Captain's log supplemental. In half an hour, the Volcano team will meet with myself and Patel to discuss their plan. Before that, I'm contacting Command about Mr. Hossell.
So, what's going on?
The advisor you sent us. I assume Starfleet Security has done an in-depth background check, right?
Yeah. Why?
Apparently, Command hasn't given him a mission end date.
He said that? Oh, that's odd. When I received his documents from the Starfleet Investigations Department, I made a few inquiries to make sure everything was in order, and they confirmed. One moment. Wait, what?
Vanna?
Well, it seems that the Starfleet Department I received the Observer's documents from was a fake. I've just done a quick security check, and it seems that the transmission encoder is off slightly and doesn't match the one in the Starfleet database.
So there's a high possibility that my suspicions are correct.
It would seem that way, yes. Was there anything else?
He also was asking questions about how to shut down the Morningstar's propulsion systems.
Well, I, for one, can't think of any reasonable explanations as to why a tactical advisor would need to ask about propulsion systems. That's not right. All right. Well, thanks for bringing this to my attention, Michael. I'll talk to Starfleet Security and Starfleet Intelligence.
Understood.
Ooh. That's a thought.
What?
Well, I know Starfleet Intelligence can only go so far, but it might be an idea to contact Section 31. Have a chat with Director Garner?
Yeah, I don't know.
Michael, I know you two have history, okay? But being a member of Section 31 is not a job to be taken lightly, let alone being the director. Disappearing from you probably wasn't easy for him either. That's the price of being in Section 31. But I'm sure he would happily do this for you.
Alright. I'll give him a buzz.
Good. I'll contact you if I get anything. Mineo out.
Oh shit, screw it. Computer. Open an encrypted subspace channel to the director of Section 31, James Garner.
Well, hello. I wasn't expecting to hear from you.
Yeah, well, neither was I.
Well then, what can I do for you?
Well, someone on board my ship has been acting very suspicious as of late. and I was wondering if you could assist.
Sure. What's their name?
Well, the name they're using is Mijino III.
Alright, give me a second. Okay, I got something. From what I got here, looks like that might be in... What was the name again?
Mijino III.
Yeah. There's nothing I can find that's related to that.
Didn't you just say you had something?
I thought, but I was wrong. But that doesn't mean I can't help. If you send over a picture of him, I might be able to find something.
Okay, no problem. I'll get that to you as soon as possible.
Thanks. If that's all, I need to be heading off.
Alright. See you around.
Unorda Hunter.
Hunter here.
Michael, they're ready for you.
On my way.
Okay, so for the last hour and a half, we split ourselves into two teams. Myself, Clementine, and Sandra on Team Morningstar, and Hillman, Tran, and Hilton on Team Interceptor. Now, for the most part, while Team Morningstar was working on getting the phasers tuned correctly, Team Interceptor has been on logistics, as in the best way to go about making the drill holes. In the last half hour, Team Morningstar were retuning the Interceptor's phasers, while Team Interceptor were coordinating with their teams on the surface to bring them back to the ship. And now, it's over to the head of logistics to take you through the plan. Over to you, Team Interceptor.
Thank you, Stellar. So, as Mr. Stellar said, for the last hour we have been planning the best way to stop this volcano from erupting. And this is what we have. It's very simple. We're going to surround the base of this thing with holes in groups of 3. Now, using a multi-targeting fire wheel pattern will decrease the time significantly. Once the holes are made, it should take around 3 to 6 hours to take effect, after which we should all be able to leave, provided that a science vessel arrives before we leave, just to make sure that thing isn't going off. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Likewise. When can you start?
Well, we need to get the last of our teams up from the surface first, which shouldn't take more than 15-30 minutes.
Alright, cool. Get to it. Captain's log supplemental. For the last 25 minutes, Team Interceptor has been recalling their surface teams, while Team Morningstar has been doing final pre-operation checks before going ahead with Operation Yellowstone 2.0. Ready, Micheal?
Almost. Just need to borrow Veko's console a sec. Okay, phaser frequency is correct. Yep, we're ready. Just need to make one small call. Jason, open a channel to the Interceptor.
Aye. Channel open.
Interceptor, this is Lieutenant Stellar. We're almost ready to go on our end. How are you looking on yours?
Ready and awaiting your signal, Lieutenant.
In that case, we should begin shortly. There's just some info that needs to be shared. Sandre, would you do the honors?
Of course, Micheal. Hello all, this is Ensign Sandre speaking, if you couldn't already tell. In order for this op to work, tactical officers of both ships, so that's Veko and Ella, have been given specific areas to drill. Those areas must be fully drilled for this to work. If there is any less than 3/4 of the holes drilled, this will fail. Understood?
Aye.
Aye.
And on that note, we're ready.
Alright, all teams on my mark. In 3, 2, 1, drill.
How long, Micheal?
At our current speed, half an hour to 45 minutes, much faster than our predictions.
Sounds good.
It does, but it also means it could go wrong. Because that means there was something in the simulation that's not in that volcano, or vice versa.
Well, now I see how that could be a problem.
Holy shit. Have you seen how fast the Interceptor's drilling?
Let's see.
At this rate, we'll be done in about 20 minutes.
Should they be going that fast?
Not if they want to stay inside the safety margin.
Alright, Jason, held the Interceptor.
Aye. They're on audio, Captain.
Patel, can you explain to me why your teams are drilling faster than they should be?
Lieutenant Hilton noticed that the walls of the magma chamber were more stable than we first thought. so he recommended that we speed up the process.
Clementine, how are we looking?
Everything seems to be okay. The temperature of the volcano is decreasing.
That's good. Now let's try and keep it that way.
Veko, why did you stop the phaser sequence?
I didn't. The phasers just stopped firing. I don't know what happened.
Jason, can you figure out what happened?
One moment, sir.
Patel to Morningstar. Hunter, what's going on? Why have you stopped the phaser sequence?
That's just what we're trying to find out. Jason?
It appears that the phaser stopped because the relays reset themselves.
What? That can't be. How's that possible?
He's right. The phasers have reverted to default settings.
So the phasers reset, and there's no evidence to suggest why.
Seems that way. Just an automatic reset from the computer.
That's not our only problem.
What's the other problem?
It's the volcano's activity. It's increasing.
Increasing? How?
Because only half the holes were drilled.
Not only that, but now the volcano's timetable has changed.
What to?
From 3 days to 2 weeks to 4 hours.
4 hours?
4 hours.
Is there any way to continue drilling from here?
Not without retuning the phaser relays. And before we could do that, we would need to figure out why it reset in the first place, and that could take days. And even if the Interceptor finished their bit, it wouldn't be enough.
Did you guys by any chance have a plan B?
No, we didn't.
I got one for you. 20 minutes. You guys and Patel's lot, go off, have a brainstorm. If after that you have an idea, we'll put it into action. If not, we'll just try and evacuate as many people as we can. Deal?
20 minutes? Sure.
Alright. See you in 20.
Michael, can I speak to you briefly in private?
Sure.
Uno, is everything alright?
Yeah, everything's fine. Don't worry.
Okay. So what's up?
I was about to ask you the same question.
Why?
'Cause it looked like your focus wasn't completely on the mission at hand. Is everything okay?
You could tell, eh?
Michael, I'm your girlfriend and your first officer. It's my job to notice when you're not feeling yourself. What's wrong?
It's nothing. It's just this whole situation with the advisor.
All the evidence suggesting that he's not what he says he is?
Yeah.
Well, whatever happens, we'll get to the bottom of this, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Anything else that's bothering you?
Apart from the whole Gabriel situation, no.
Alright. 1 sec. Hey, Amelia? Could you come here?
Hey, what's up?
I need your help with him.
What do you mean?
Well, ever since the guys told us their plan for the volcano, this guy's been a right brood. Now, I know he's having problems with another captain and that there might be a spy on the ship, but there's something on that face that tells me that something new has come up, and he's not letting go.
Alright, let's see. Oh, it's that face.
What face?
The face he makes when he thinks someone close to him might be hiding something.
You and that damn face reading.
What can I say? It's very useful. So, come on, tell us. Who do you think is hiding something?
Garner.
James? What's he done?
Short story. I asked him to look up on our advisor. For a moment, it seemed like he had something. Then he stopped, and acted as if there was nothing there.
So you asked him about the advisor. He looked, said he had something, then said he didn't. And you think he's hiding something?
In a nutshell, yes.
Okay, well, one way or another, we will get to the bottom of this. Both of us. Together.
Okay.
Ah, look who decided to join the club.
What happened over here?
The phaser relays reset themselves. Don't know why.
All right, so what's this plan B you guys have?
Not us, Hunter.
So what is it?
Plan B is all of us come together and brainstorm to see if there are any other ways of stopping this volcano. Then we reconvene on the bridge in what is now 15 minutes.
And now, seeing as we're all here, does anyone have any suggestions? No matter how stupid and or insane? Clementine?
Nothing here.
Sandre?
Got nothing.
Hillman?
Don't look at me.
Tren?
Nope.
Hilton?
Sorry, Lieutenant.
Great. Just great.
Hold on. I might have an idea.
Spill it.
It's from a conversation I had with Uno. I can't completely remember it. But we were discussing cold fusion and a scenario where it was almost used.
The name, Nibiru, wouldn't ring any bells, would it?
Yeah, it does.
Well then, I know exactly what you're thinking of. You're thinking of the Nibiru Super Volcano that almost went off in 2259.
Yeah, that's it.
What you yapping about?
She's talking about the time Starfleet almost used a cold fusion device to kill the super volcano on Nibiru.
Why didn't they use it?
Because a few weeks after they finished developing the final product, the volcano naturally calmed down.
Are the blueprints available?
Yeah, they should be in the main Starfleet database. We can access them through the main computer.
Hold on. I may be mistaken, but doesn't a cold fusion device need a solution of heavy water and lithium salts? 'Cause that's the only thing we don't have on the Morningstar.
We have some on board the Interceptor.
Even if we go ahead with this, 3 to 2 hours isn't enough time to build a cold fusion device.
Well, in that case, there's only one thing to do. Make it enough time. Sandre, Hilton, you go to the Interceptor to get that solution. Clementine, Tren, and Hillman, you start working on building that device, and I'll go inform the captain. Dismissed. Chief Engineer's Log, Stardate 25110324.17. After 3 and a bit hours, the cold fusion device is as ready as it'll ever be, seeing as there was no time to test, and the only results we have are from 2 holodeck simulations. But nevertheless, we're confident that it'll work.
Alright, you guys ready?
Given the situation, yes.
Okay, is the device on the torpedo?
Aye, locked and loaded.
Alright then, on my mark, send it.
Actually, Captain, I don't think the torpedoes are going to work.
Why not?
With all the heat coming from the volcano and from this distance, there is a low chance that the torpedo will hit the target.
Well, we'd better think of something quick, because we've only got half an hour.
There is a way it could work, but it would require diverting the majority of our power to the shields.
You're thinking of taking the Morningstar into the atmosphere and closer to the volcano.
Exactly.
Fuck it, let's do it. Sanaf, do you think you can handle it?
Captain, I once had to take a Sovereign class at half impulse through an asteroid field similar to the Anim asteroid belt. I think I can handle a bit of atmospheric turbulence.
Fair dues. Jason, open the channel to the Interceptor.
Channel open.
Patel, slight change of plan. We're taking the Morningstar into the atmosphere to get a better shot of getting the device into the volcano.
Understood. We'll be waiting up here. Be careful.
Will do. Morningstar out. Jason, shipwide channel. All hands, this is the captain. We're about to take the ship through the atmosphere. Find somewhere secure and hold on, because it's gonna get bumpy. Red alert. Sanaf, ready, take us down.
We're entering the upper atmosphere, Captain. It's gonna get bumpy.
How much further do we have to go?
We'll be ready for launch in 20 seconds. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launching. Torpedo away.
Sinaf, put us up now!
Yes, sir.
Understood. Now, we pray.
Three, 2, 1, and back in stable orbit.
How long until the torpedo reaches the volcano?
30 seconds, sir.
And how long until the volcano goes?
10 minutes.
That's a margin I'm happy with.
20 seconds, Captain. 15 seconds. 10 seconds.
Moment of truth.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Clementine?
It worked. The volcano is being neutralized.
Good work, all. Council red alert.
Congratulations, Hunter. Well deserved.
Same to you, Patel. You staying in orbit a bit longer, or are you leaving?
We're going to stay here, just to monitor the situation. After that, we'll be returning to Starbase 50 for a resupply.
Alright, cool. See you around.
See you soon, Captain.
Actually, before you go, seeing as you'll be heading back anyway, there's someone here who is overdue for a tour of your ship.
Ah, yes, of course. We await Mr. Stellar's arrival. Patel out.
Really?
Really. Go on. Enjoy yourself.
Yes, sir, will do. Thank you.
I should be thanking you too.
How so?
Ever since Nimbra, he hasn't stopped going on about that bloody ship.
So I'm saving you then?
Very much so. Yes.
I wonder what it is about that ship that fascinates him so much.
I honestly can't remember, but thinking about it hurts my head.
Alright. You'd better get some rest. You both need and deserve it.
Thanks, sir.
Hey Veko, have you noticed anything more about Micheal?
Nothing else yet, but my eyes are peeled.
Good. Also, just a heads up, Uno has brought herself into the loop now as well, so you can report to her if need be.
Yes, sir. Will do.
Computer. Access subspace communications with transmission encoder 11324 Gamma.
Elzar. How's it going?
So far, so good. I've ascertained how to shut down the propulsion systems like you asked.
Excellent. You don't need to tell me how to do it. If you want to tell me, then you can send the info through this channel.
Yes. I do have a concern, though, Agron.
And what's that?
Were you aware that all Starfleet observers and advisors are given a time by which they have to complete their mission?
No. Why?
Well, let's just say there's a few people on board who know a lot more about my cover than you do.
My apologies. Although, in my defense, I didn't have much to work on. We better close this comm link. It'll start showing up on everyone's radar soon.
All right. See you around.
And you. Goodbye.
Hey, James. Why are you staring at a picture of one of Mr. Cretane's associates?
It's to do with Captain Hunter.
What do you mean?
You know that meeting I dropped in on a few weeks ago?
The meeting between Agron and Elzar? Yeah, I know.
Well, seeing as he was putting an imposter on Hunter's ship, he asked me if I'm going to tell Hunter, to which I said no.
And why did you say no?
Because I'm selfish? He said to me, why not? Isn't he your best friend? I replied, I left that life behind. And then he said, okay, isn't he a fellow officer then? And you're just going to throw him into a trap? He was curious of why I was going to throw Hunter under the bus, and I told him I had my reasons. And then just today, Hunter calls me and asks to help with a suspicious character on board his fucking ship. But did I tell him then? No. And it's because of my damn fascination with Agron.
Yeah, that is a dangerous interest. You want my advice?
Go on.
Being real here, do you still think of Hunter as a friend?
I guess I do.
Well, it's simple. You've told me how pissed he got when you showed up and pissed off again, and that has made a mark. Now, you can either do the sensible thing and tell him now, yes, he may be pissed, but not as much as he will be when his ship and crew are put in a danger because of a situation you could have stopped. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think he's going to like you that much anymore. Now, you sit on that and have a real good think about it, and then ask yourself what the thing to do is. See you later.